Thank you so much for tapping in with us. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you being tapped in with me because there's so many wonderful, powerful things that we do. But if we don't see the value in it, it don't mean nothing. So I'm showing you that I see value in the things that I'm doing right now by being here, being live, being active, and working hard. Just that simple. Just put in the work and let the work manifest and do whatever it's supposed to do and don't overdo it. So what I want to tell you today is I'm here in a moment in a peaceful place. And I'm taking notes from the greats. Greats like the great journalists, the great TV show hosts, the great comedians, the great book writers, the great family influencers, the great actors, the great songwriters and filmmakers. I'm here doing this. And I need for those who are listening and following the journey that I have to understand 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 things. I am proud to be in a humble position to influence and content create. This is one of the most valuable positions to be in because it shows you guys the relatable walk that I have to you, and it gives you the power to take the next step. I take pride in that. I take pride in being relatable because as many people as I know, as many friends as I have, and as powerful as my influence is, I'm able to truly show other people how to do this thing we call life with smiles, laughter, greetings, helpfulness, kindness, faithfulness, and showing them what life is truly about and bringing up the remembrance of little things that they may think that they're the only ones that experience, or they may feel like they're the only ones who know this thing in town. But then when they hear a guy like me, someone they never thought to experience something that they may know, whether they be old, hurting, young, excited, and they say, wow, he actually knows this exact thing that I'm talking about. You have no idea how that influences another person's life to see that we have more common things than differences. And I love that about my life. I love that about the people I get to hang out with. I love that about spending time with my friends, new friends, and making new partners. So I have to let you guys know about these wonderful opportunities that are exploding in my life. So if you could do me a favor right now, go ahead and call us or tap in or text in to the 936-899-3300 number and ask me, Kavosky, what good news you got for me? Kavosky, what are the wonderful things that you are doing for people like me, for your friends or followers or listeners? And how can I help? How can I change my life? How can I change my life to be more like you? How can I change my life to do more wonderful things like those people who are just out there? Is it possible for me? Call in, text in to this number, and I promise you, I got answers. Because look, I'm your friend. I'm the host of this podcast, and we've been running this show for a long time. I created this, off the skin of my teeth. Easy money. You know how we do it. It's easy money. Every good thing is for me. And I did it. I hope you can see a little bit behind me, my whole studio, manifesting goodness. We good. We got it. And we lit. So I want you guys to take notes on these powerful things, how you can excel in special ways. I was reading a story a while ago about a man who walked into a motel to register for his night stay, and how he brightened up a person's day almost 10 times within the first interaction that he met her, right? But he used his eye. He used his eye to notice her situation. And he said, you know what? This woman right here before me is a regular woman. And I bet you she could use a smile put on her face. And so how did he do it? Simply by walking up to her and saying, hey, how you doing? With a positive mentality. And then from there, the interaction just continued to get more fantastic. How did it get more fantastic? Well, allow me to read this fantastic exchange to you, if you don't mind. Let me open up this book. Yeah, this is something we do. We love books here at Humming Podcast and our book club called Pulsating Books. We love books. So here it is. Your boy Kavosky is tapped in. I flip right to the page in like 2 flips. Check me out on Spotify, where you can watch this podcast if you ain't already watching it, and wherever else you can watch it, maybe even Apple by now. But look at this. Man named Zig Ziglar, if you don't know him. He walked in, he said, "Good morning, how you doing?" The night clerk, "Oh, I suppose I'll make it." He said, "I bet you not only make it, I bet you're going to win." The night clerk, "Well, you certainly feel good, though it's late." It was about 2:30 in the morning. "Yes, I do. When I woke up this morning, I knew I was ahead of the game because some people did not wake up this morning." She almost smiled at that. The night clerk, "Well, I suppose that's the best way to look at it." Then Zig said, "It definitely is." Then she said, "I suppose so, but I need to get you to fill out your registration slip or our registration slip." As I handed the slip back to her, she said, "Now I need a major credit card." Fortunately, I was able to comply with her request, and so I handed her this version of a truly major card. On the major card, it said major credit card on this little paper. It said, "Good for one enthusiastic laugh from highly intelligent individuals with a keen sense of humor and a real zest for life, or one small frown from the real sourpusses of the world, the Zig Ziglar Corporation." And he said, "Put your signature on." It says a little location for the signature, right? And then it says, when she saw the card, she burst out laughing and even demonstrated some real enthusiasm as she said, "I'm delighted you came along. I definitely feel better, but I'm going to need some other form of identification." With that comment, I turned the card over. And when she saw what you are now looking at, she almost did the proverbial roll on the floor. On the other side of the card, it said some other form of identification. This certifies and verifies that the bearer of this card is an honest, sincere, dedicated, hardworking, bill-paying, flag-waving, God-fearing, family-loving individual whom I unhesitantly recommend for unlimited cash purchases. Signed, Zig Ziglar. Oh my gosh. And then it goes on to say, so a question for y'all right here, my listeners on Humming Podcast today, all of you wonderful guys and gals, do you think she was a better employee the rest of her shift? I'll answer it for you. That's what Zig said. You betcha. Question, why? And the answer to that is a change of attitude. Come on now. Come on now. Y'all know what it is. Y'all done seen me cry on this podcast. Y'all done seen me get turned up on this podcast. Y'all done seen me go from places to places on this podcast. Y'all done seen me in the library. Y'all seen me in the dark. Y'all done seen me looking professional. And y'all done seen me looking ugly. Y'all done seen every good thing about what God can do in my life. And he's continuously working these things out. And it finally hit me. I've been working so much and so hard that I didn't even tell you guys to call into the podcast for all these times. Call in, text in, 936-899-3300 and hit up your boy. Because I really want you guys to start getting some of this impact from what I've been doing according to how we're working. We got pulsating books on TikTok, pulsating books on Instagram, and we got XDOSCIENCE, The Ocean Science, and I've written over 10 versions of my books. Over 20 if you counting the versions. But I've written so many books. And I always brag about the fact that I'm just starting out. I'm just getting started. But I want y'all to know that that's actually feeling like it's starting to change. I met some really good guys and they're helping me change and evolve my life. And I do want to do these next steps. I do want to take it to the next level in a new way, in a serious way. So I want you guys to be active with me and call into the podcast and ask me, Bosky, how can I change my life the same ways that you doing? And I got the keys to what that change could look like. So watch this. What was the point of us reading that book? Well, I wanted to flex a little bit. I wanted you guys to know, not only is this a podcast, but this is our book club. So be connected into the book club, Pulsating Books. It's in the description of all of the podcasts that you will see. Of course, there was a certain point when I didn't have a book club called Pulsating Books attached. So you might go so far back that you won't see that in the description. But of course, in my most recent ones, you're definitely going to see Pulsating Books. Click that link and it's going to take you straight there. Maybe through your phone, straight to Instagram. You'll be able to see me. And I want you guys to know, I don't care where you're from. All the places, I look at the stats and I see all the places where my listeners are from. And I want y'all to know that this information that I'm doing for you guys is for all of y'all. Like, it don't matter what your walk in life looks like. I want to show you how wonderful this friendship and power can be. I want to show you guys that stuff because, hey, I'm a good friend. I work hard. I don't know what to say because, it's just who I am. And I've been doing this for a while. I got a lot of people who are so inspired by these little bitty things that I do. So I want y'all on this digital world out there who can dance, who can sing, who can smile, who can have big muscles and different stuff like this. Y'all to see and be a part of the journey called Humming Podcasts and Pulsating Books with me, because I'm gonna be here supporting you along the way too. Now look, why do we make a podcast tonight? Well, I just needed y'all to know that it's little things that we do every single day that don't go seen, right? We learn how to content create. We learn how to focus in on our real skills and goals and talents. We learn how to decipher and use discernment. We learn all these, like a new TV show that really relates to you. And you're like, I didn't know this show existed. We learn so many good things every single day, but you gotta start documenting this stuff. You gotta start keeping track. I was looking at a video I made back during COVID about 45 minutes ago because I went down a rabbit hole of some of my old work real quick just so I can get some stuff deleted and some stuff saved. And it was a video I made during COVID that was actually very touching. But at that time, I didn't have anything good. I had a computer that wasn't mine, and I recorded this video that was very powerful, but it was only because I pressed record that I even have a chance to go and look at what I was going through. I was struggling very much. I was stressed out, and I didn't know what to think. And now I look on some of these wonderful platforms and I see guys talking, like hosting shows, and I think about my life and I'm like, I was really, really stressed out during COVID. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know where life was going to take me. And I didn't have anyone telling me how to see this stuff. I just had to be that country kid, a country young man who knew how to manage life in the most troubling and chaotic times, but I didn't know what God had for me. I just knew to lean on him. And I am a leader, or I, as a leader, took on that tough, gritty portion so that when I see people who look to me as a friend and who don't look to me as a leader, so that they can see my true purpose and passion to reveal itself and say, if Vosky can do it and my friend Vosky can do it, if my friend can do it, if Vosky can do it, all in one. And if he can inspire me, I can use my talents to inspire him. And I got so many people who do this stuff. I'm kind of a late bloomer in all this stuff. I don't know how I can be, but I guess it's just because of what God was wanting me to be like, because I was always really shy because of my whole life situation growing up. I was kind of very sad. And then I started to get more happy because I saw more people who needed me and loved me and care about me. So I started getting more happy. And I wanted to make sure that my friends are happy forever like me. But let me go ahead and tell you one thing. Make sure you text in, call in, Humming Podcast, too. Your boy got the information for you. Text in, call in to us. 936-899-3300. I got to get better at doing that. I ain't never did that before. I used to tell y'all about it, but I'm talking about keeping it on the schedule so you can make sure you keep knowing about what it is that I'm trying to say, because I really do be trying to tell y'all this stuff. I just care more about y'all than I do about making myself some big change according to all this stuff. Cause I know God got me, but I know the people who love me want to see me shift into some special moments according to all the good things that have happened. This is a good thing. Like this is good, but I gotta be out there at the bookstores hosting my book signings, and I gotta be, if comedy is for me, I gotta be on stage somewhere talking that talk. But I've been so inspired by those people, like I mentioned in the beginning, and the names it's too many names to express, but the people who have been inspiring me through the stuff I watch and stuff I listen to and stuff and things like this and read. I want to really be able to do good things for the people who care about me and love me. So that's kind of why I'm making the podcast, is so that I can take advantage of this opportunity to make some content right now, because this content is very important to me and you guys are very important to me. So thank y'all for listening. We're going to keep this short and sweet just because it's always got to be like that. Like, You always do what you need to do and don't try to overdo. I'll holler at y'all, man. For sure, for sure, for sure. Let's go ahead and exit out that door and we're going to move on to something greater. I appreciate y'all, man. I really do. Thank y'all. Coming Podcast signing out.